Howard Dean spoke to BuzzFeed News. And for those of you who don't know, Howard Dean was basically the Bernie Sanders of 2004. He was the most progressive in the Democratic primary back then. He eventually lost. There was the famous gaffe of him, screaming to the mic. Dave Chappelle made fun of it. Pyah! Pyah! So that, the media ran with that like it was the biggest scandal in the world, and then it kind of tanked his campaign. One could argue it wasn't just that, it was a bunch of other things, and he was already kind of flailing in terms of the actual elections and the primary. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. There was a time when he was a progressive lion. Now, what happened after that is he sold out. Not going to sugarcoat it. That's what happened. He sold out. He became a lobbyist. And so for some insane reason that nobody understands, he decided that he's going to run for the head of the DNC again. Now. Comical. So here's what he said in his interview on this. Quote, "I do not want this to turn into a war between the Sanders people and the Hillary people, which it could. I can win because I'm a known quantity. We had a fantastic record when I was there before. The problem is if I win, the map is going to look like Hillary versus Bernie primary contest. And that's not good." So he went on to say to Bloomberg, the party needs to be, quote, rebuilt from the ground up. The Dems need organization and focus on the young. Need a 50-state strategy and tech rehab. Okay, that part is true, which is why I need you to step the fuck aside. www.mindyourbusiness.org. No, you're the problem. So again, this guy at a time, he was Bernie Sanders-esque, he was progressive in 2004. That's all gone, man. Nobody trusts you anymore, nobody believes you anymore because they shouldn't because you sold out. But now he's acting like, oh no, totally. So I'm gonna get young people and I'm gonna get the organization that we need. No, you're not, because young people don't like you. Young people know you're the problem. Anybody who researches you finds out very quickly, oh, okay, so maybe in like 2004 we would have liked him, but now, after he sold out, we hate him. And I like how, he admits like, oh yeah, it'll look like Bernie versus Hillary. That's right. And I need you to understand something. You're on the Hillary side of that equation, and you lost. You're wrong. You don't know what you're doing. If we go in your direction, we will continue to lose. You want to know why we'll continue to lose? Because you're a corporatist hack. That's why. Because you sell out to the corporations, you're part of the establishment, and young people know you're just using them to get the votes to get into power so you can do the bidding of the establishment and the corporations. Young people can smell that from a mile away, man. We're the most educated on politics because we do the most research, we read the most stuff. So you can't pull the wool over our eyes anymore. That's why Hillary Clinton lost. She thought she could coast to the White House on stronger together and break down your barriers and cliches and platitudes and yeah. Meanwhile, fucking Donald Trump is out there, even though he's a liar and he's a buffoon and he's a fraud, but he's hammering TPP, he's hammering NAFTA, he's hammering the wars, and he won. So, you trying to run your campaign on fucking identity politics and PC outrage and it failed. You couldn't say, I need you to Pokemon go to the polls. People went, oh, fuck you. Like, what is this? You did a fucking concert with Jay-Z and Beyonce and Bruce Springsteen, and the youngins are going to vote for me, right? I like the same kind of music that they do. We're sick of it. We don't believe you. You're doing something. You're not running to be celebrity in chief. You're running to be President of the United States of America. So you need to talk to us about jobs, about wages, about healthcare, about college, about war. And you're not that good on those issues. So that's the problem, Howard Dean. You're the problem. Look in the mirror, and for the good of the country and the party, step the fuck aside. I don't know why these people who supported Hillary Clinton and who were massively on her side now think all this, like we should still respect their opinion when they were proven wrong. You got to run your experiment. You got to run it, and you failed. Your experiment was Hillary Clinton is going to go against Donald Trump in a general election, and she's going to win in a landslide. That was your claim. That's what everybody said. That was conventional wisdom not that long ago. Now, we ran the experiment. You not only lost, you embarrassingly lost. Embarrassing. I mean, you should have beaten this guy by fucking 10 points, 15 points nationally, and you didn't. So, spare me your, like, this idea of, like, you being an expert. Like, well, you know, I know what we have to do. Rebuild from the ground up and need organization and a 50-day strategy. Move on, son. Move on. You don't know what you're doing. You and the entire establishment wing, corporatist wing of the Democratic Party, you are the failures. That's what you are. You're failures. Do you understand that? And again, they don't get that it's been proven. They don't get that they had their shot. Now, on the flip side, the Bernie wing of the Democratic Party, we didn't have our shot. If it was Bernie Sanders versus Donald Trump, all of the data suggests Bernie Sanders would have won in a historic landslide. Now, they'll have a train of reasons and rationalizations. I don't think that's true because blah, 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 blah. I want to feel good about myself when I sleep at night. But you're wrong. The data says the opposite. Now, again, we'll never know because it didn't happen. But we deserve our shot because our ideas are the future of the party. There's a reason why he overwhelmingly got millennials and overwhelmingly got independents. These people were needed in the election. Bernie was also mocked for getting like rural white voters. That's the demographic that lost Hillary the election in what was supposed to be the Democratic firewall in the Rust Belt states because they said, fuck her. So understand that we're the ones who haven't gotten our shot. Now, they'll say, well, Hillary beat Bernie in the primaries. Okay, she was already Secretary of State. She was already First Lady. She was already a known quantity and a celebrity when she launched her campaign. Nobody knew who fucking Bernie Sanders was. A random senator from Vermont. He's roughly 9,013 years old. He's a Jewish atheist socialist. And he somehow got 47% of the vote and won 22 states against the inevitable one. People were saying he's not even going to win a single state. Yeah, how'd that go? And I haven't even mentioned the DNC being biased against him, as has been proven in the WikiLeaks document dumps. The media, we've seen the collusion. Donna Brazile, multiple times leaking questions to Hillary Clinton. Not to mention the primaries being, hey, we closed primaries in as many places as possible because if you keep out independents, then Hillary's more likely to win. If you allow independents and allow more voters, Bernie's more likely to win. So there's 1,000,001 legit reasons why he got snubbed. So now it's time for that wing of the party to get their day. Because you know what? We're right. You know how I know we're right? Polls. So, you go ahead and look at it. Even Vox, which was an outlet that was biased in favor of Hillary Clinton, they did a poll. How does Bernie Sanders' agenda poll? I bet it doesn't do well. Oh my God, it is the most popular thing we've ever seen. Because on virtually every issue, the American people are like, yeah, we're like Bernie Sanders. We want single-payer health care. We want free college. We like this idea of a political revolution. So, it's our time. Howard Dean, you're a joke. Like, you ruined, there was a chance that you had in 2004, even after you lost, to have a legacy. The legacy of the progressive lion who was defeated in 2004, but again, you were vindicated because John Kerry ended up losing in the general election. So again, maybe the progressive would have done better. So you had something going, but you blew it because you don't have strong moral character and you sold out. So now that's it. You got to live in shame the rest of your life, son. You blew it. You're supposed to be for a higher calling, a higher cause, care about the people, fight for progressive values. Obviously, that was bullshit. It was bullshit, we know, because you sold out. So now just spare me with your reemergence. Like, oh, no, totally. See, now I'll take over. And understand, see, there's also a little trick going on here, too. This is the establishment saying, like, oh, remember Howard Dean? He was really progressive, right? Maybe the millennials will fall for this guy to be our wolf in sheep's clothing, because there was a time when he was progressive, so maybe this will placate them and pull the wool over their eyes and make them vote for us, even though we're not going to do what's right by the country. No. Sorry, we caught you. We're on to you. We know what happened to Howard Dean. We know he's a joke now. Step aside. Keith Ellison should be DNC chair. And it's not even close. I don't even want to entertain a further conversation. If you don't put a progressive in there, you honestly, you are facing a Dem exit. You're facing millennials and people who are actual leftists saying, yeah, fuck off, new party. So, I mean, if you want to open that door and you want to get a legit whole new third party to rise up, hey, go right ahead, but don't say we didn't warn you. I'm warning you right now. Either the progressives and the liberals and the principled, rational people on the left who care about the people take over the party, or the party dies. Your choice.